Hello everyone and welcome. This is the Silent K and today we're playing some MekHQ and we are starting with some repairs. Hello Mr. McGorilla, hello Verank, I'm glad you guys could join us. Always nice to have active people in the chat. So we're starting off actually on the same day that we started off last week on June the 15th. We didn't even advance a single day. But it is what it is. We did do some exploring. We went on a mission. You know, things got a little hairy. Yeah, repair time is right. Let me scroll down on the activity log for today. Down past what we had done last week. I guess all the way down. Indeed, yes. New scenario engage occurred. It says tomorrow, but the briefing room says today, and we did that. We did capture a couple people, and it looks like we managed to make a couple of them defect, which is cool. We had 50,000 C-bills in battle loss compensation for the Warhammer, mostly armor. Also, I believe it took an engine hit and a heat sink crit. The Orion lost its right torso, including the LB-10X, and its right arm, I believe, was blown off, including a medium laser. Grasshopper took some armor damage. The Marauder was a complete loss. Well, not a complete loss in that we didn't recover the mech, but it was not operational at the end of the match because it had its ammo touched off on that left torso. So that's going to be 90,000 C-bills almost. We did, salvaged a Drillson and a Wasp. The Drillson we're planning on taking the ER large laser out of, and the Wasp has a medium pulse laser that we're going to scavenge. I did put some people in the infirmary off camera. I hope you guys don't mind, but yeah, I just had a couple of people that I gave to Maru and one person to Eva. No big deal. We have some repairs, or rather some salvaging. Halima's going to get started on this medium pulse laser. That'll take her through tomorrow. And then the Drillson, I think we're just going to salvage the ER large laser and then sell that. Yeah, that's already in salvage mode because it's not repairable. ER large laser, we're going to go ×4, and we're going to have Doodles do that for the XP on a 4+. And then, yeah, we can sell the Drillson from here. Gonna be down in the tank section. Drillson, we're gonna sell that for 500,000 C-bills, not bad. So that's that handled. And I believe we've got, everything else that can be done is being done. The Stalker's armor is being replaced. The Archer's stuff is being worked on. The Rifleman's getting its arm put back on. Hopefully that'll be done tomorrow. The Wasp is just waiting to get that pulse laser out, and then we'll sell it. The Clint is waiting on its engine and gyro. The Wolfhound is waiting to get its head put on. Its center torso is being repaired. Its left torso is repaired. We still need to put the arms on and repair the gyro, but after that we'll have a fully functioning Wolfhound, which will be cool. I believe that should mean, let me double check the hangar. Who is not being maintained? We've got a tech crew for all of these guys. The Clint is gonna get sold. And shortly, the Wasp is going to get sold. Field Gunners don't need a tech. Also, the Field Gunners have no soldiers. We could hire the minimum complement. We do have quite a few people we could assign. Might be something I do off camera. That looks time consuming. Let's see, these guys are down. That's actually going to be under what, status? Not details, misclicked. 14 of 28, 18 of 28. The Hetzer is uncrewed with 0 of 3. That we can take care of real quick. We're going to need a driver. We'll give that, I think, a regular driver. That'll be Aberucci Virameni. A pair of gunners, being the autocannon 20 variant. We might give it a couple of veteran gunners. Or, since we don't have a couple of veteran gunners, maybe an elite and a regular. That's going to be Boo and Alvin. Sure, it works for me. The infantry I'm not so worried about. With that, we will be moving on to June the 16th. All right, so we've got some ammo has arrived, some more ammo has arrived. We got the armor fixed on the archer ×2. We did not get the right torso fixed on the archer. That I was kind of counting on. Who can we have that can work on that? Chris again? Yeah, that'll take until tomorrow. That's unfortunate. We're still working on the engine out of the Clint, still working on the center torso on the Wolfhound. Failed to get the head on the Wolfhound. That is also kind of problematic. That was a big job. I could have Ediborg work on that. She would be able to finish it by tomorrow. Or we've also got the Marauder that needs a lot of work. We've got the Warhammer is going to need a lot of work. The Grasshopper is listed as crippled, although honestly it's fully functional. It's just lost all of its torso armor. That's being worked on. The Rifleman needs its Ultra Autocannon 5 and the large laser put back on, as well as the actuator and the ammo, or no, the armor, not the ammo bin. We've got a green tech that can do the actuator real quick. And by real quick, I mean 3/4 of his day. And he gained an XP, which is enough to actually make him a regular tech. MekTag, there we go. Green MekTag with 10 XP is now regular MekTag with 0 XP. Huzzah. So we no longer have any green MekTags. Everyone is regular and above. That's exciting. We still need... We'll do the large laser on a 5. But the ultra autocannon, I want that on a 4. Even if it takes a couple of days. We'll have the armor done today as well. Let's see, the Wasp. Did we get the... I think we got the laser out of the Wasp. Let me check. Yes, medium pulse laser is no longer present. Let us sell the Wasp. That's another 500,000 C-bills, so that's not bad. The Grasshopper is armor damage. The Marauder, I think, is where I want to start. We're going to have to start by salvaging everything out of the left torso, including the engine, which has 3 hits now. The ammo bins, we'll take those on 4s, I think. We'll have Denise and Shada knock those out. Or we'll try. We'll have George Valdez take a crack at that one. That's another day delay on the Marauder being back into service. Loney, considering the engine is in tier 1 condition, we can knock that out real quick. We can take the engine out today. We still need to salvage or scrap ammo bin, ammo bin, ammo bin, ammo bin, and ammo bin. Okay, so Where are all of those ammo bins? Salvage, we'll go left torso, and we will go, I think, ×3 on all of those. So we can have our regular techs knock them out on 4s, even though it's going to be most of a day for each of them. As long as I've got someone with 180 minutes, I can do that by tomorrow. So that's okay. Marauder will be done being salvaged tomorrow, and then we can start putting it back together. Grasshopper needs quite a lot of armor. We'll have Jamel try that on a 6 and fail. How about Guillaume on a 6 and succeed? Jamel has 60 minutes left. We can do that. Susan has 160 minutes. That's enough for that and an attempt at that. We still needed 160 minutes worth of time just doing armor on the grasshopper. We'll have Guillaume get started on this one. We'll have Loney get started on this one. Hopefully they can knock that out in a timely manner. Ediborg, you got internal specialist. You can knock those out twice as fast as anyone else. So that's the grasshopper handled. Gribbly, hi, how are you? Sorry, I didn't see you for a second there. How is it going? Well, I hope. I'm just doing repairs from last week. I don't know if you remember, but we kind of got our butts kicked. When I say our butts, it was my butt. It was getting kicked. We took a significant amount of damage trying to recover the Marauder, and by group vote, it was determined that we succeeded. Yeah, a little rough is one way to describe it. I will have Tamalika. Can we do a rush job on that? 58 minutes. We should be able to knock that out by tomorrow. The Clint is being worked on. The Wolfhound. I don't have anyone that can work on the head right now. The Warhammer needs armor and a medium laser that we haven't got. How's that for surprising? We'll go to purchase parts. We'll go weapons. We'll type medium. Target 1+. Okay, so we're gonna buy in bulk, and I'm thinking more than 10. I'm thinking maybe 20 of those. Wow, yeah, that's actually 800,000 Seabills. That's close to what we got by selling our salvage, which was about 1,000,000 Seabills. Let's see, we'll have Jamel start on that. We should be done by tomorrow. Susan can start on that. Shasa can do those. Big Knock can get started on that on a 5. Ediborg can start on the engine and have that done by tomorrow on a 4. So let's go ahead and do that. Fred Modry will be relegated to actuator duty on a 4+. Oh, that's right. The leg has to go. Have you ever tried the planetary acquisition method? What? No. This is what? This is new to me. Tell me more about this planetary acquisition method. Difficulty is based on planet ratings. Okay, so in the style of HBS Battletech, I assume. Oh, sorry, I got distracted. Let's see. Left leg. Can we scrap that? First, remove all equipment. Okay, so we're in the middle of repairing it. So I want to be very careful about switching it to salvage mode. What can we salvage out of the left leg? Just the actuator. Can we do that in one day? We cannot. Okay, so we're going to put it back into repair mode. And we'll try again tomorrow. Not sure how it interacts with other against the bot rules. Okay. So when you say planet ratings, you mean, for example, on planting here, where a terrestrial planet, population 1.8, almost 1.9 billion, moderately advanced, moderately industrialized, mostly self-sufficient raw material production. So those things would play into the missions that are generated. That sounds super interesting. I may have to check that out. Very cool. So like on a lower tech world, you'd be running into mainly like agromechs and industrial mechs, whereas on a higher tech world, you're gonna run into more tier 2 designs, level 2, level 3 rules kind of thing. With like stealth armor and all the stuff that's not normally available in 3050. Alright, we've got 2 techs left. We've got the Orion needing some work. We'll have Fred. Fred can get started on the right torso. I believe Fred has his full time. No, Fred only has 120 minutes a day. Okay, not missions, but acquiring spare parts. Okay. Oh, planetary. Okay, planetary acquisition method. Okay. Yeah, actually, haven't really messed around with that, but I'm passingly familiar with using the planetary acquisition method for acquiring parts. I did, if I can, I don't know, how can I do this? We can go up to, I think it was MekHQ 4911. Yeah, I did do some test runs with the 242nd Hussar Regiment using that acquisition method. I found it to be actually really restrictive now that I think about it. My main problem with advancing on those games was definitely the acquisition of parts. The tech time, I think, was less of an issue. It was mainly acquiring parts. Specifically, Gauss rifle ammo was really hard to come by. I'm trying to think of what else without actually loading up the game, which I'm not trying to do right now. But yeah, Gauss rifle ammo was hard to come by. And you could only check for it once a week with the way you had it set up, which I think was probably the most restrictive part of it. But yeah, not to disparage your way of playing by any means. I just found it to be an extra challenge. So we've got 2 techs left with 2 minutes apiece. I'm okay with sacrificing those 4 minutes of tech time to go ahead and advance the day, unless is Aleutian Lance ready to go? Adi van den Uden still has a concussion, so we're gonna hold off on Aleutian Lance. Galatea Lance, we've got Tentacle Shogun is still wounded for another couple days. We've got Scarponi still wounded for 3 days. So Galatea Lance is going to be our next foray into trying to recon this planet. Tonga and Mariana are, looks like, ready to roll. So we could actually send one of them out now to this little hex by its lonesome. We'll send Mariana Lance just for kicks, and hopefully we don't run into a mission immediately like we did yesterday or last week. Okay, so 3 days hence we'll be able to start exploring again. And in 9 days we'll be able to start exploring at full strength. Yeah, I think we're ready to advance to the 17th. Unmaintained units, yes I know. It is Sunday, so we can expect possibly to run into some generated missions tomorrow. We've got maintenance on the Orion, which is an improvement. Very nice. We've got maintenance on the Saladin, on the Drillson. We've got some SRM-6 ammo has arrived. We've got the armor on the Warhammer, nice, with a 10 and an 11. We've got more armor on the Warhammer and on the Grasshopper, on the Marauder, barely. 4 needs a 4, gets a 4, needs a 4, gets a 4. Gets a 6, gets a 5. But hey, as long as it's not a 3 or less, it's a success. Edeborg gained an XP for fixing the engine of the Warhammer. How many XP does she have now? 2. So not enough to do anything with. We did get the Ultra Autocannon back on the Rifleman. Veronica Hurst gained an XP for that. She's up to 11 now. She might actually be thinking about getting Edge. Unassigned mechs in the bay. Oh, yeah, that reminds me. We had been discussing on Discord maybe putting some of the second line mechs into reserves, into mothballs, I mean. The mining mech, for example, I think we can afford to mothball. We'll have Shada spend a day doing that, or 2 days. The engineer mech I want to keep out. It was the scavenger mech I wanted to keep out. What was the other one? Was the Jabberwocky and the crosscut that I wanted to put into mothballs. Thank you for reminding me, by the way. I appreciate that. It's a little bit of a time investment now, but it should save us some time in the future. Yeah, 960 minutes now for, I think the combined total was 480 minutes a day, so yeah, that'll save us a tech day's worth of time, starting a couple days from now. Did I want to pull anything out of storage to compensate? I think I'm gonna hold off on that. I think I'm going to use the extra tech time for mainly repairs. I do have Ian Turtle, who's a 4/4. He's ready to take the helm of a mech. Kamachi Ono is 1 XP from being a 3/5 XP, or 3/5 pilot, I mean. He is, right? Yeah, 5 XP to improve piloting. So he's about to be better than regular. Yoshimasa is 4/5 pilot, ready to roll. And then we also have, looks like, about 5 green pilots of varying skill levels, ready to take over in case we need them. But for now, the real bottleneck is tech time. Being able to get the mechs repaired and back out on the field is really where we're running into the problem. If it weren't for that, we'd be able to keep a higher tempo. We'd have more mechs in the field, would have more battles, more missions, we'd be able to finish this contract sooner and get up to Santander for the clan invasion. which is the ultimate goal. But in the meantime, we've got repairs on the Warhammer. But how do those other civilian mechs affect against the bot rolls? Technically, the scavenger mech and the engineer mech have no real against the bot effect. The engineer mech I like keeping on for fluff reasons, and the scavenger mech I like to keep around because I feel like it justifies every once in a while being able to bring a damaged mech back off the battlefield that we wouldn't normally be able to. So that's an investment that I feel like I'm making into not feeling like I'm cheating. You could call it just fluff. I consider it more of kind of an unregulated fairness, if that makes sense. I guess I could put them into mothballs and just forget about trying to bring mechs back off the battlefield, but then I'd be a lot less comfortable with like the Marauder last week, bringing it back, because again, I know that we agreed, but it was not a unanimous decision that we agreed that the enemies last week were going to retreat and let us recover the Marauder. And so I feel like I guess I owe the game some tech time to make up for that. Some tech time in the form of maintaining the scavenger mech. But that is... Oof, just lost 13 points of armor, and we're down to 92 points of armor? How did that happen? I thought we had plenty on the way. 92 points with 80 more points on the way. Yeah, we're gonna need, I'm thinking probably another 20 more lots of that, 100 tons of armor. You win, then you control the field. I always assume victory at 50% when I'm not GMing. I would consider that a victory, but whether or not we controlled the field, I would consider that maybe less than certain is a good way of describing it. Especially considering that I'm playing this basically publicly. I'm not trying to step on anyone's metaphorical toes as far as making the game too easy on myself. I don't want to alienate people by reducing the risk factor to 0. Oh yes, the Warhammer and its leg. We should be able to salvage that actuator today. We have Kostya do that on a 7. Oof, maybe not. 180 minutes, we'll have George Valdez do that. Then we can scrap the leg. Then we can work on replacing the leg. I feel like that's going to be an Edinburgh job if she doesn't have anything else going on today, which she may well have. Warhammer's only missing a leg, so I'm going to go ahead and get started on that. Let's see, the Marauder needs its armor put back together. Veteran might be more than we need. We'll have a regular. Work on that. And that leaves 50 minutes after our 2 attempts. We've got the jump jets. We'll do those on 3s with regulars. We'll have Ethan try to knock out 2 of those. We'll make it an even 3. Have Daniel Apty start on the next one. And George Valdez. I guess that's all of them. We do have some SRMs and some medium pulse lasers that need to be replaced as well, or salvaged. Wait. I need to salvage those parts? Oh, no, wait. Okay, okay. Was I? If I didn't get too far into that without paying attention. We'll do that. We'll do that. We've got 115 minutes that we need to put into this. We'll have Vernita work on that. That leaves 6 minutes for tomorrow. George Valdez can start on that. And Acito should be able to knock that out in 3 days or less. We'll have Susan or Bicknock do that on a 3 and failed, but he gained XP for it at least. We'll take a second attempt and succeed. Left torso, that's going to be another Ediborg job, but she's not available. It's endosteel, so I don't want to have any of our lesser techs working on it. We'll have Kostya do some reloading over here on the Orion. And that just leaves, mainly we've got a couple of veteran techs with not much going on today. We'll have Loney start knocking out some easy armor jobs. Just for the XP. We'll have... Oof. We'll save the reloading for another time, I think. And we are just about out of armor. We've got 7 points left. Hopefully that starts to come in very soon. So the Warhammer needs its double heatsink repaired. Who can do that? Susan can knock that out by tomorrow. Left torso. Have Chris start on that. And that'll be a 2-day job for her. Halima can get started on the small laser. Worst case scenario, it takes her 3 days. The Clint, it's medium laser in the left torso. We can either sell it as is, or we can scrap the medium laser, salvage the left torso, and then sell it. I don't think a medium laser, actually we just finished buying a bunch of medium lasers, but this one we can either scrap or sell. We cannot salvage it. We tried and failed. So let's go ahead, we'll ditch the Clint. For all of 36,000 C-bills. What else have we got? We've got the Marauder needing armor. More than we have. Left torso, endosteel, Ediborg. Wolfhound needs a left arm. We can have Fred Modry work on that, but it's going to take him, what, 8 days? And still he'll have to make a 5? Yeah, we'll get started on that. Against my better judgment. The head, I think we'll have to wait. The gyro, likewise, the right arm, I'm gonna hold off on that. Warhammer's being worked on. Orion just needs some reloads. We can go ahead and knock those out. Okay, why not? We've got nothing better to do. On the right torso, endosteel, gonna be Ediborg for that as well. So she's gonna be busy for the next couple of days, which is fine because our people are still in the infirmary. We've got 25 patients, 25, 24, so we can go ahead. Try to provide the best care that we can for our patients. and advancing to June 18th. Okay, quite a lot happened, it seems like. First of all, the personnel market was updated. We've got, Alan Davy, an elite mech warrior, 2-3 with Some Like It Hot. I would love to hire you. Yeah, we'll do that. We've got maintenance on hosers right. Let's check and see what happened there. Oh, we lost quality on a heatsink. But otherwise, no change. Still mostly A's. And with that heatsink, it can fall into quality F. It can get busted. We can repair it. It can get busted again. We can fail to repair it, and then we can replace it. No big deal. It's free XP. The Jabberwocky quality remains A. APC, not worried about. Pegasus, not worried about. 5 medium lasers has arrived. Shada fixed the armor on the Warhammer. Susan failed to fix the double heatsink on the Warhammer. Bunch of tasks suspended for not having enough armor on hand. We did. Okay, yeah, we've got a bunch of armor arriving in one day, so that helps. We'll be able to. Oh, and today's Monday, so I'm glad that we don't have any randomly occurring missions today, because we are not prepared for them. We got the jump jets off the Marauder. We fixed the left torso of the Warhammer. Still working on the Wolfhound. Bunch of nothing else going on. The Rifleman will be ready in a really long time. The Dig King is mothballed. The Panther is going to be refitted in another couple of days. MegaMek is mothballed. The Warhammer customization will be ready tomorrow. That's the 9 ml variant, which I don't remember the specifics, but I'm guessing it has 9 medium lasers. Bunch of armor getting delivered. Hikari Ono has gained an XP, bringing him to 10, which we can spend on small arms. Or we could get him a new skill, or we can get an 8th point of edge, which, let's be real, is maybe a little bit more than we need. New scenario will occur on the 19th. New scenario will occur on the 23rd. New scenario will occur on the 18th. And Alan Davy has been added to the personnel roster. Let's check out the briefing room. It's not as bad as last week, but we do have early warning system evacuate going down today. We've got an attached ally. We've got a 6/6 and a Crusader. I know some mech warriors who would have liked to have 8 points of edge. Yeah, I'll bet. We could make Hikari into a mech warrior, but then we'd stand the risk of losing our best admin every time he went into the field. Because, let's face it, edge can only save you from so much damage. It's not the perfect panacea that some would like it to be. Okay, so we've got early warning system allied, evacuate. Heavy urban city dense, full moon night, light rain with 0 rerolls, because I'm guessing they've pulled in one of our non-combat units. We've got evacuating units to the tune of a power man and a field kitchen. We've got some base turrets. We've got a quad small laser and a triple LRM-20, which is notable. And the primary outfor is 2 Rommels, an Ostrak, and a Bulldog. We're supposed to be bringing what forces? Our conventional lance. I believe that is conventional tanks, which I think is only 1 tank. Yeah. They expect me to bring a vedette on this mission. That is not going to happen. We do have 2 support points. We could bring a Lucian Lance, although Hari van den Uden is still concussed for another 7 days. Galatea Lance is strictly not going to happen. That is Inoperable, crippled, and moderate damage, with the Grasshopper being the only one fine. But Tonga and Mariana seem like overkill, being 10,000 points and 10,000 points. Perhaps we bring the Hover Lance, which is another 6 vehicles, including a Saladin and a Drillson. There's some other stuff. Would I take 7 tanks against a Lance? 7 tanks and a Crusader, a 6/6 and a Crusader. Against 2 Rommels, an Ostrak, and a Bulldog. The Ostrak might actually be large laser, SRM4, medium laser. Not that much of a threat, to be honest, especially with a 4/6 pilot. The Rommel here with a 3/3 pilot, autocannon 20, LRM5 small laser, plenty of ammo, lots of armor. Yeah, let's bring our hover tanks in on this one, just for a change. That was early warning system evacuate. Yeah. Hold on, let me double check. That was early warning system allied evacuate. Okay, so we've got a power man and a field kitchen that we need to get out. Yeah, we'll have the hover lance deploy. And we'll call them our standard mix, not the reinforcement mix. Just because I want this to be something like a fair fight. So we've got hover lance. Let's go ahead and add the conventional lance as well. Let's do that through the campaign state. Allied early warning system. Oh, so our actual allied warning system, wait. They gave us an allied early warning center that we are now defending. This is not the one that we had previously captured. Seems a bit of overkill to send a Rommel and Ostrak against a field kitchen. I agree. We'll send conventional lance. We'll commit there. Reinforcements. We could send some jump platoons. But I don't think I want to do that. We've got some heavy field gunners. We've got some light field gunners. The medium field gunners got their butts kicked last time they deployed. Do we want to deploy some field gunners? Autocannon 20s, autocannon 10s, autocannons 5, autocannons 2s. You know what? I don't want to deploy some field gunners just for kicks. Let's see what we can do with some autocannon 20s. I did that. That cost a support point. That might not have been worth it. If I was going to spend a support point, I wanted to send in overwhelming force. But alas, let's see that. Did I send the hover lance to the wrong mission? And also, we've got the leopard shark being attacked at the blockade. I don't think I like that. Hover lance. Let's undeploy the hover lance. And we will deploy them to the early warning system allied evacuate. Standard mix. Assign. Okay. I guess it was third on the list and not first, like I was expecting it to be. Okay, so we've got the conventional lance, the hover lance, and the heavy field gunners. Trying to protect the power man and the field truck. We've got some turrets that are going to help, maybe, hopefully, a little bit. The small lasers, maybe not so much. The LRM-20 with a 5.6, maybe also not so much. Heavy urban city dense full moon night. Get at least 75% of, in other words, all of the designated units clear of the base, because if we lose one of them, that's 50%. Employer's liaison, keep them alive. your force has the drop on the enemy. I don't know what effect that specifically has, but our mission is to destroy or rout the primary Op 4 and preserve the Crusader, preserve the conventional lance and the Crusader. With no rerolls, there's not much we can do to change circumstances. So let us send our 11 units out. Let's see. Oh, we're deploying any. And they're deploying north. We're deploying any. Our base turrets are deploying center. The evacuating units are deploying center. I assume we're evacuating to the south. Let's check the map out or what we can expect. We can expect several avenues of approach from the north. At least 5 or 6 it looks like, with several cross patterns, including a 3-lane highway. Alright, let's take a look at the actual map. Can we relocate this? I guess they don't want me to relocate that. So yeah, initiative report unfinished. Okay, so looks like we've lost initiative. Okay, that's what we like. Okay, so they're coming in from the north. We're deploying, our allies are deploying in the center. Oh, and our field gunners aren't actually deploying until turn 9. Lovely. How goes the drop? We're just beginning the drop. It was not a drop that we were expecting, and it was not one that we prepared for very well. It's a bunch of tanks against a lance of heavy tanks and an Ostrak. So far, I'm trying to decide how and where to deploy to defend our boys that are going in the center that I don't know exactly where they're going to be. We'll start with the Saladin here, who can rush up this alleyway and maybe this alleyway to cover these 2 approaches, or maybe even these 3. We've got eyes on nothing yet. We've got a Drillson we can deploy over here, I think. Still got eyes on nothing. The Maxim about here, just a little further back. Saracen, which has an LRM-10 and some SRMs. Maybe deploying here. They're probably all going to deploy in one group, which is going to just obliterate the forces that I have lined up in front of it. We'll put a vedette right here. Sabakukaze has some medium lasers and some SRMs. We'll have him back up the Saracen. Pegasus with a pair of SRM-6s and a medium laser. Oh, there's the Power Man. There's the LRM-20 turret, finally. SRMs. We'll have deploy over here and sweep this way if need be. And the Crusader with the 6-6 pilot will start here, dead center. Okay. We have, looks like, 1 initiative going into round 1. We've got units deploying on round 9, sure. We're at 7,900 battle value remaining. They're at 3,900 battle value. Of course, a lot of that is in our autocannon 20 field gunners that are not going to take the field anytime soon. That's initiative report. We've got eyes on nobody still. this Sabaku Kaze at 2 movement points per hex will move 7 hexes and still eyes on nobody. Lots of repairs just starting the drop. Yeah, that sums it up pretty well. Saladin can move 6 hexes and get eyes on this intersection. Nothing. About the Maxim, we get eyes on that section. Nothing. The Drillson, I'm starting to feel like something has gone horribly wrong, but the Drillson can move 7 hexes, be moderately evasive even in the darkness. Okay, now we've got eyes on a Rommel and an Ostrak, which has not moved yet. We'll have the Pegasus advance to there. That's 6 hexes, which is less evasive than I would like. But fortunately, we don't have eyes on anyone there. And the Vedette. Do we try to flank the Ostrak, or do we reinforce the Drillson from behind? Something unstable? No, this is a 49.12, which is not the stable release. But it's also not the 49.13 that just dropped yesterday. So it's the development release, it's just not the newest one. Saracen, I think, is going to try to flank the Rommel if we can. And the Crusader would like to be 7 hexes. Casual Joker will be dropping in 13 on Saturday. Oh, okay, cool. Always nice to care about what's going on. Turn on our searchlights, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's going to be medium range on the Rommel, which has the autocannon 20, which is probably going to annihilate our Maxim. But we'll see. The Powerman. Tell me the Powerman did not move to the north. There's the Powerman. And there's the kitchen truck, which is trying to flank 3 hexes for a TMM of 1. I'm really hoping he's moving towards the south and not the north. Me trying to break it in on Sunday off stream. How are you gonna break it in on Sunday and then drop on Saturday? I'm confused. Forgive me for not following. Everyone succeeds their piloting checks. Alright, with the Maxim, let's go range high-low, because those SRMs do the same damage as machine guns. We've got them on 9s. Different hosts. Okay. Sunday we use custom mix. Oh, yeah, that's gonna change some things. Okay, so just 10 SRMs at the Rommel for now. We're at medium range from him, so hopefully he only needs a 9 to hit us as well. The Sabaku Kaze has no targets. Yeah, custom mechs can really change the game a lot. It's my turn to fire. Whose turn is it? Oh, it is the Vedette's turn to fire. The Vedette has no target. The Saladin, the Pegasus has no target. The Saladin has no target. Saracen likewise has no target. The Drillson has the Ostrak on 7s. 7s and 9s. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do all of that. We'll even throw in the LRMs on 12s. Joker broke his campaign in 12 and had to go back to 11. That's unfortunate. I don't know how he did that. But I'll try to avoid doing the same thing in my game. Alright, can we relocate this? Which location? There we go. Yeah, what broke? That's what I'm wondering as well. 49.12 was pretty solid. Yeah. I mean, started campaign in 47. Wow. That is that's a legacy campaign right there. Corrupted mech files, lame. But then I mean, I don't remember what version I started this game on either. Might have been 49 point something, I forget. The Maxim hit the Rommel with 2 SRMs to the front, causing it minor motor system damage. 2 SRMs to the turret in the front. The Ostrak hits our Drillson in the turret with a medium laser down to 19 armor. Still have customs dating back to 47, yeah. I have customs dating back well beyond that. The Drillson hits the Ostrak in the right leg for 8, leaving it with 12, and the right torso for 2, leaving it with 20. Crusader at the Rommel hits it in the front with 6 LRMs, leaving it with 26 armor. We're not doing physical attacks. The Ostrak is at 4 heat already, the Crusader is at 0, the Power Man is at 0. Hopefully the Power Man and the field truck are going to be escaping here soon. But anybody, I don't feel like anyone can tell me. Looks like we've won initiative going into round 2. We're at 99.8, they're at 97.8, so we're pulling ahead already, which is nice. Love to see it. The Sabaku Kaze. If we fail that roll, we hit that building. If we fail that roll, we hit that building. What do we need to roll? 4s? No, I don't think so. We'll slow down to take the turn and discover a bulldog. The Pegasus. Oh, there's the Pegasus. Can we do that on 5? No, not if it means risking hitting a building. Det. Also trying to come in and flank the Ostrak. The Drillson, I think, is probably going to go reverse. We can reverse, what, 4 hexes? I wish it was 5. The Maxim... Yeah, we'll back up 4 hexes. The Saladin... Try to flank the Rommel. And our unarmed field kitchen truck is charging the Rommel like a maroon. Yeah, I think is right. We've got the Saracen with the L-arms and the S-arms. We can get to 6 hexes from the Bulldog. That's not a terrible range for us. We'll even be able to turn for next turn. The Crusader with medium lasers and SRMs. I think I want him to be close to the Rommel. Maybe not. Oh, Twitch is behaving badly. Cleared up? Okay, wow. Sorry, I don't know what to do. I hope it's not glitching out for everybody. Rommel has an autocannon 20. we've got good armor, but not good piloting. We will advance at a walk, 3 hexes. That'll give us medium range with everything. And Drillson will be backing up at full speed. That gives us a range of 6 hexes from the Ostrak, which is not a good range for him, for his large lasers. Yeah, reckless driving on pavement directly into the mouth of the enemy. Needs a 5, gets a 7. Alright, Sabakukaze at the Bulldog, needing 7s, will unload everything. Except the rear-facing SRM-4. The Pegasus has no targets. Maxim has the Rommel on 12s. The Vedette has no targets. The Saladin has no targets yet. The Saracen at the Bulldog can do 8s and 9s. The Drillson at the Ostrak on 9s as well. And an 8. Crusader at the Rommel on 9s. Or we've got the LRMs on 8s. Actually, we've got heat sinks in this thing. We'll do 9s and 8s. We'll go 3 over with this Crusader. I think I like this Crusader variant. It's not super heat inefficient. And I saw an exclamation point on one of my units. That's not good. The Bulldog heads to Sabakukaze in the front with a large laser. 2 SRMs to the turret in front, costing us a movement point. The Sabakukaze at the Bulldog hits him in the front, costing him a movement point as well. And the front again down to 14 armor. Maxim at the Rommel hits 2 SRMs to the left side. The Ostrak at the Drillson hits the left side, immobilizing it, leaving it with 11 armor. The Rommel hits the Crusader in the right leg for 20. Needed a 7, got a 12. Not much we could do about that. Leaving us with 1 armor. 3 LRMs to the center torso, leaving us with 30 armor. The Saracen missing on 8s and 9s. The Drillson landing 3 LRMs on the Ostrak's left arm, following that with an SRM to the left arm. 3 LRMs and an SRM, sorry. The Crusader on 9s and 8s, glancing a blow with the LRM-10, 3 LRMs to the rear, costing it a movement point. And the LRM-20 turret triple, landing 16 plus 12, 28 LRMs on the Rommels, exclusively to his left side, down to 6 armor, immobilizing it, stunning the crew. Nice. That LRM-20 turret is making up for a lot of things. The Crusader needs a 7 to stay standing, gets a 6, falls and takes 7 damage to the right arm and center torso. Needs a 7 to avoid hurting the pilot, gets the 7, barely. The Powerman Loader Mech kicks the Rommel in the left side down to 6 structure, costing it another movement point. Wasn't it already immobile? Is that the Rommel? The Ostrak and the Crusader are both at 3 heat. The Powerman, of course, is at 0. And we have 1 initiative going into round 3. Sabakukaze at the Bulldog. Let's see, the Bulldog has large laser SRMs. We want to maybe keep our distance from him. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6 hexes away. That's bad for his large laser. Kind of meh for his SRMs. It's kind of meh for our mediums and SRMs as well. We'll go ahead and do that. The Saracen with LRMs and SRMs would also like to be 6 hexes away from the Bulldog, even if it means not being evasive. The Pegasus, I think, would like to come in behind the Ostrak, even if it means making a piloting check on a 5. Hopefully we don't hit the building. The Vedette will be following along at a more reasonable pace. And hopefully also not crashing. Is Twitch still behaving well, or is it still behaving badly for you guys? Is it still cleared up, I mean? Not that I know what I can do if it is behaving badly. Okay, it's cleared up. Good deal. Everything's good. Alright, that's what I like to hear. We can advance 4 hexes and be medium range from the Rommel. Actually, the Rommel is immobile. He's going to be a super easy target. I want to be 10 hexes from the Rommel. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we'll back up 3 hexes just to be a little evasive. That's extreme range, which is fine because he's got a -4 modifier. The Crusader would also like to back up as many hexes as possible, giving us a range of 7 from the Rommel. That's long range for him. And no, we cannot get up. He rolled a 4. Takes 7 damage to the right torso and right arm. No, we can't careful stand because we've already used all but 2 of our movement points. 6 hexes, the best we can do. I need a 6. We got the 6. Very good. Oh, we can get a shot on him with our own autocannon 20. Alright, Pegasus succeeds, Vedette succeeds, Crusader, we knew, falls, takes 7 to the right torso and right arm. Power Man, running and turning, needs a 3, gets an 11. Alright, Sabaku Kaze at the Bulldog taking shots at us, he needs 10s, which is acceptable. We need 8s to hit him, I'm fine with that. Except the rear one, obviously, cannot shoot. What else have we got over here? We've got the Saracen at the Bulldog on 9s and 10s. Sure. The Pegasus at the Ostrak. Oh, the Ostrak is turned to face the Pegasus. We've got him on 8s, looks like, with everything. The Drillson can hit him in the back on 8s as well. That's going to be 8s and 6s and 10s. Yeah, we'll throw everything we've got at that. The Maxim at the Rommel on 8s. With 10 SRMs. Maxim is less effective a tank than I had remembered it being. The Vedette has no targets. The Saladin at the Rommel has him on a 4. What side do we want to hit? We want to hit him on the left side or the front. The left side is not an option. The front is. We can catch him on a 4. The Crusader can follow that up with a pair of mediums and a pair of SRMs on. It's going to be a pair of LRMs on 4s, putting us a 4 heat over, which should be fine. Alright, the enemy Bulldog missing on 10s. Our Sabaku Kaze on 8s, landing 3 SRMs to the Bulldog's left side and front, immobilizing it and stunning the crew. Our Saracen landing an SRM on the Bulldog's left side. Our Pegasus landing a medium laser on the Ostrak's left torso, down to 17 armor there. And a pair of SRMs to the right torso and leg. The Ostrak missing on 9s, the Drillson at the Ostrak hitting him with a large laser to the right leg, LRMs to the left torso rear and right leg, SRM to the right torso rear down to 2 armor there. The Maxim at the Rommel hits him in the left side down to 4 structure. Saladin at the Rommel hits him in the front down to 6 armor. The Crusader at the Rommel hits him in the front, hits him in the left side, and the left side some more, getting the kill on the Rommel. And the Ostrak falls down, taking 6 to the left torso and arm. Needs a 7 to avoid hurting the pilot, gets a 10. No physical attacks for us this turn. The Ostrak is at 6 heat, our Crusader is at 4 heat, the Powerman, of course, is at 0. Going into round 4, we have 1 initiative. We've got units deploying on round 9. We are at 87.5%. Primary op 4 is at 56%. So they've still got the Ostrak. We've still got the Bulldog. MegaMek is falling back. Is it really? Is it really? Because it looks to me like it's not. I don't see it actually. Where is the MegaMek? Alright, the Maxim. I think I want the Maxim to try to reinforce the Drillson over here. But not at a flanking pace, because I don't want to run into any buildings on the way. Let's see, the Bulldog. Bulldog is immobile. Let me check out this Bulldog. Immobile and stunned, I believe, right? Badly damaged on the front. Sabekukaze at a range of 6 from the Bulldog. I think we'll sit tight. Oh, there's the Rommel. Crud. The Vedette can flank over here in a straight line to get behind the Ostrak. The Pegasus. Wait, where'd the Ostrak go? There was an Ostrak here, and I don't see him anymore. Ostraks don't have jump jets, do they? I mean, I'm pretty sure Ostraks don't have jump jets. Where else could he have gone? Or am I thinking of the Ostsol? I always get those confused. Saladin, can we go full speed ahead? No jump jets on either. That's what I thought. So where the heck did he go? He was on this alleyway. He couldn't have gone past the Pegasus. He couldn't have gone past the Drillson. We should have eyes on him. I don't see any alleyways he could have ducked into unless he climbed a building. Saracen will sit tight as well. The Pegasus, I guess, will advance to here and see if he climbed a building. Powerman flees the battlefield. That is half of our objective completed. Bulldog, we're trying to shoot him in the front. So that's going to be a pair of 3s, or a quartet of 3s. And a 3 with the SRMs.
The Saracen likewise is going to lay into him on 4s and 5s. The Drolson has no targets. Crusader has the Rommel on 11s. We'll take that shot. It will be a cooldown turn for us. The Pegasus has no targets. The Maxim has no targets. The Vedette has no target. And the Saladin has no target. The Sabaku Kaze at the Bulldog hits him in the turret, hits him in the front down to 7, hits him in the rear, hits him in the front down to 2, hits him in the left side down to 10. The Saracen at the Bulldog hits him in the left side for 8 down to 2, hits him in the turret for 2 SRMs, hits him in the rear with an SRM, costing him half of its movement points. Crusader missing on 11s, the Rommel missing on a 9. No physical attacks for us this turn. No heat buildup for anybody this turn. We've 1 initiative going into round 5. We've still got reinforcements deploying on round 9. We're at 87%. They're at 54%. Mostly that Rommel, I'm guessing. The Sabaku and the Saracen are going to sit tight and continue wailing on the Bulldog. The Maxim is going to move at a not flanking speed. The Pegasus going to advance in a straight line at full speed. The Vedette cannot make it around that corner. The Vedette will have to also flank down this alleyway. Oh, I found the Ostrak. Yeah, he's on a building. The Saladin can be modestly evasive while squaring off on the Rommel, who is barely evasive. We can back away pretty quickly. Although, I mean, you know, if he hits us, there's not much we can do. Except die. The Vedette needs a 4 guts at 12. The field kitchen flees the battlefield. That is our objective complete. We have successfully evacuated the base. With 40 minutes left in the stream. We've got the Bulldog on 3s and 4s, I think it was. Nope, just 3s. The Saracen has the Bulldog on 4s and 5s, I think it was. Yeah, that's going to be everything there. The Maxim has the Rommel out of range. Pegasus has no targets in range. The Vedette has the Ostrak on an 11 with the autocannon and an out of arc with the machine gun, so that's going to be a problem. We might be about to lose a Vedette. The Saladin at the Rommel on a 9, which means he hopefully is going to need at least a 10 to hit us. Eliminated with Searchlight. Saw it for a second. I think he needs a 9 as well. Hopefully we get better luck than he does. The Drolson has no targets. Crusader has the Rommel on 11. We'll go ahead and fire him, because why not? Sabaku Kaze at the Bulldog hits him in the left side with 2 medium lasers and kills the Bulldog. The Saracen at the Bulldog is moot. The Ostrak at the Vedette hits him in the front with a large laser. Medium lasers to the right side on the turret. The Vedette missing on an 11. The Rommel missing on 9s and 10s. The Saladin landing his hit on the Rommel's front for a glancing blow down to 28 armor there. I forgot the Rommel has a low profile. That's a bummer. I mean, we hit, but not as hard as I would have liked. And the Crusader, of course, missing on 11. No physical attacks. Ostrak is at 3 heat, everyone else is running cool. We've 1 initiative going into round 6. We've still got 3 rounds before our field gunners deploy, which honestly might be kind of suicidal for them. Seem to be a lot of glancing blows. I haven't seen that many, just on the Rommel. And the Rommel's big gun is turret mounted, if I'm not mistaken, so there's no point in sneaking up behind him. He's not a Hetzer after all, which also has the low profile quirk. Yeah, we glanced something off the Ostrak earlier too, didn't we? So there have been a couple of glancing blows, but I wouldn't say a lot. That's just, me thinking out loud. We will advance the Vedette as far as we can, away from the Ostrak. The Sabakukaze will advance to where we cannot quite see the Rommel. Crusader, I think, would like to stand still. Or we could advance 3 hexes and get him into ideal range for the LRMs. Yeah, that might not be a bad idea. Of course, we might also eat an autocannon 20 for our impertinence. We've got the Pegasus with the medium laser and the SRMs. We can advance and try to take out this Ostrak at a range of 4 hexes, looks like. And the Maxim can pick up 2 points of evasion and end up medium range from the Rommel. But we've only got 10 SRMs. He's got an autocannon 20. Do we really want to do that? Or would we rather stay at long range? I think we want to stay at long range. The new Rommel and von Luckner art is decent. I have not seen the new art, I don't think. We will back up to medium range from him as well. And the Saracen will stay out of range as well. Yeah, not out of range, out of sight. Sabakukaze has no target. Pegs at the Ostrak on 10s. Love to get some love on that. Ostraks are not super well armored, if I recall. The Maxim has 13s on the Rommel. That's not going to happen. The Vedette has the Ostrak on a 9. Might as well take that shot. Saladin at the Rommel has him on a 10. Saracen has no target. The Drillson at the Ostrak on an 8. And a 6. And a couple 10s. And the Crusader at the Rommel on 15s. That's not going to happen. And 11s. Jeez, even standing still. Oh, do we not have a searchlight anymore? We don't have a searchlight anymore. That's why. The Vedette is the only one that still looks a little odd. I'm sure it's not the only one. The Ostrak landing hits on the Drillson's turret with a large laser, the front and turret with medium lasers, and the front twice with SRMs. So he rolled above average, hitting with 4 out of 4 on 5s and 7s. Pegasus at the Ostrak on 10s lands 4 SRMs, which is more than I was expecting. To the left arm going to 0 armor, the left torso, right torso and right leg going internal. The Vedette missing on a 9, the Rommel missing on an 11 and 12, the Saladin missing on a 10, the Drillson at the Ostrak landing 8 LRMs to the left arm and right arm, leaving it with 5 structure and 5 armor in those locations. And the Crusader missing on 11s. We are again not punching or kicking the buildings. Everyone is at 0 heat except the Ostrak is at 6. He's not going to be able to keep up this rate of fire. Going into round 7, we're at 85%, they're at 45%, and I think I'm getting ready to close to being calling it. Let's see. The Rommel has moved, flying 3 hexes for a TMM of 1. Do we want to keep our distance? I think we want to keep our distance from that autocannon 20. We'll go searchlight on. We'll back up 4 hexes. That gives us a range of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not quite as far as I would like. I'd like to be 7 hexes away. Saracen and the Savakukaze will sit tight for a round. The Pegasus will hold for a moment. The Crusader will advance on the Rommel. I think I want to get into kicking distance with the mediums and the SRMs. The Ostrak has moved now. I do not want to get into kicking distance of the Ostrak because he can kick and we can't. But we will advance 1 hex into short range for the mediums. The Maxim, I think, is going to back up to 8 hexes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 hexes is fine. The Vedette will advance 1 hex because that gives us out of minimum range for the autocannon. Okay, the Savaku is not firing. This Pegasus has him on 7s. Maxim has him on 13s. That's not going to happen. The Vedette at the Ostrak on 7s. Nice. The Saladin at the Rommel on a 10. Sure, we'll take that shot. We're down to 11 left. The Saracen, not targeting anyone. The Drillson at the Ostrak on 8s. And 6s and 10s. And the Crusader at the Rommel. If we fire both SRMs, we're not going to be able to kick. 9s and 8s. We'll do 1 8. I think we're going to kick instead of firing the other SRM. Ostrak landing a large laser on the Pegasus's turret and a medium laser to the Pegasus's left side, costing it minor motor system damage. Pegasus returning fire at the Ostrak, landing 4 SRMs to the right arm, left arm, and center torso. Left arm is about to go off. And yeah, I see what you mean about getting lots of glancing blows, especially with the SRMs on the Ostrak. I hadn't considered those earlier. The Vedette hitting him in the left leg with an autocannon 5, down to 15 armor there. The Rommel missing on a 9, landing 5 LRMs, to the Saladin's front. Saladin missing on an 8. The Drillson at the Ostrak hits him in the left arm with a large laser, which destroys it and transfers into the left torso. And an SRM to the center torso. Crusader missing on 9s and 8s. The Saladin does not have a physical attack. Can we searchlight the Rommel? Can we kick the Rommel on a 7? And we're going to need a 6 to stay standing if we miss. Is it worth it? Better than 50-50 odds of hitting, better than 50-50 odds of staying standing if we miss. It's less than a 1 in 4 chance of falling down. We'll take it. We missed, but at least we didn't fall down. So that's okay. The Ostrak is at 5 heat. This is going to be a movement penalty for him. We've 1 initiative going into round 8. We're at 85%. They're at 44%. 2 units remaining. The Ostrak has stood still. Did not move. Okay. I think the Vedette is going to continue. Do we want to get out of large laser range? Yeah, I think 6 hexes is where we want to be from the Ostrak. The Pegasus Likewise, would like to be 6 hexes away from the Ostrak because large lasers suck at 6 hexes. The Jolson can't move. The Crusader is waiting for the Rommel. The Sabakukaze. We will advance 1, and then we will back up 3. Same thing with the... I'm sorry, that was the Saracen. Same thing with the Sabaku. Yeah. Oh, the Rommel has ducked down an alley. The Crusader will advance on the Rommel. Right into the face of an autocannon 20, because no guts, no galaxy. The Maxim will back up to where we might be able to take on the Ostrak next turn. The Saladin will scooch forward and try to be evasive and try to hit the Rommel. The Sabaku has no target. Pegasus at the Ostrak on 9s. Maxim has no target this turn. The Vedette has the Ostrak on 7s. Saladin has the Rommel on a 7 as well, which means hopefully he's got us on a 9 or worse. The Drillson at the Ostrak on 8s. And 6s and 10s. Sure. And the Crusader at the Rommel on 7s. We will, this time, I think we'll fire the SRMs. Alright, the Ostrak hits our Drillson in the left side with the large laser, costing it half of its movement points, and then the medium laser to the turret. Pegasus at the Ostrak hits him in the right leg, down to 8 structure. The Vedette missing the Ostrak. The Rommel at the Crusader hits him in the right torso for 20, down to 14 structure. Saladin at the Rommel hits him in the front, down to 8 armor. The Drillson at the Ostrak hits him in the left torso for 4, hits him in the center torso for 3. Crusader at the Rommel hits him in the front and the left side with medium lasers. 4 SRMs to the turret and front, down to 2 armor on the front. Crusader took 20 plus damage, needs a 7 plus to stay standing, gets a 4. Falls on his left torso and crits on his heatsink and his LRM ammo, which is fortunately empty. That could have gone very badly. Needs a 7 to avoid hurting the pilot, gets a 10. Does mean we're not going to get kicked. So the Saladin, yeah, no. Ostrak is at 4 heat. They're at 40%. Is it time to call it? Or do we want to kill one more? I'd like to take out one or both of these other units. Just so I can say I control the battlefield and keep this base. The LRM-20 turret has not been very useful. The small laser turret has also been less than handy. Oh, we've got reinforcements now. But we're in this corner. So we'll go Field Gunners 10 there. Field Gunners 20 there. Field Gunners 20 there. Field Gunners 20 there. These guys are going to advance to where they can keep eyes down this alley, even though they can't really see much because of the darkness. The Sabakukaze will advance his full move. The Saracen will also move his full move, just to block that hex to keep the Rommel from trying to occupy it. The Pegasus at a range of 4 from the Ostrak. I'd like to back up to 7, I think. Get out of medium laser range. These guys will advance as well. These guys will advance as well. Also, we will back up to there and get some SRMs, hopefully on the Ostrak. The Vedette to a range of 5 or 6. Yeah, I want to be 6 hexes from the Ostrak, not 5. The Saladin really cannot do anything to the Rommel unless we back up, like, we back up to there? Oh, we can back up to there and get a range of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 from the Rommel. That's long range. And the Crusader, we'll get up using Careful Stand on a 4+? Question mark. Success with an 8. Didn't need to use Careful Stand, but better safe than sorry. Field Gunners have no shot. The Sabakukaze at the Rommel on 7s. 7s and more 7s. Yeah, that's everything. Even the small lasers are in range. Pegasus at the Ostrak on 9s. Autocannon 20, Field Gunners, no target. Field Gunners, no target. Field Gunners, target. The Maxim at the Ostrak at a range of 9 hexes on 12s. We've still got plenty of ammo, so no reason not to. The Vedette on a 7 might as well. He's already missing an arm, but his legs are really tough. His arm's not so much. We've got the Rommel on an 11, down to 10 shots left with that thing. The Saracen at the Rommel on 7s, I guess. The Drillson at the Ostrak on a 6. And some 8s. And the Crusader has no targets, but hopefully we'll be able to land a kick. Ostrak, immobilizing the Drillson right away, hitting at the front, down to 7 armor. Medium laser to the turret, leaving it with 1 structure. Medium laser to the front, leaving it with 2 armor. 3 SRMs to the left side and front, leaving it with 0 armor on the front and 4 structure, stunning the crew and immobilizing it again. The Sabakukaze at the Rommel, hitting it in the left side with 3 medium lasers, 4 medium lasers, 2 of them glancing, down to 19 armor. 2 small lasers to the turret and left side, SRM to the left side as well, down to 16 armor there. Pegasus missing on 9s, the Rommel missing on 10s, the Maxim missing on 12s, the Vedette hitting the Ostrak barely in the center torso for 2. Saladin missing on a 9, the Saracen glancing a hit off the Rommel's left side for 2, down to 14. Pair of SRMs to the turret and left side, costing it a movement point. The Drillson landing 6 LRMs on the Ostrak's center torso and right arm. Right arm is down to 0 armor, center torso is down to 8. We will illuminate you with our searchlight, I suppose. And we will try to kick you on a 5. We kicked it in the front and destroyed the Rommel. All that's left now is that Ostrak. And he is at 7 heat. I think we can call it here. They're down to 21% of their forces. We've successfully achieved our objectives. We will declare victory. And we will, I guess, let the Ostrak escape. Yes, we controlled the battlefield. Light damage to the Vedette, light damage to the Sabakukaze, the Drillson is crippled. No one, I think, was MIA or KIA out of the whole crew, which is nice. The Ostrak escaped, everyone else got destroyed. Do we want to salvage anything? We're at 19% already. I don't think we want to. Did we capture anybody? We killed some people. We captured a couple people from the Rommel. We captured another person from the Rommel. So yeah. The Bulldog goes to Sabakukaze. Rommel was our allied mech. The Drillson was ours. We don't get the kill. And other Rommel. I don't know. Reach edge with 75%. We did that. Plus 1 scenario victory point. We did force withdrawal of 3 out of 4 of the enemies. We did preserve the Crusader, and we preserved the Crusader and the Vedette. So yeah, that was, I would call that a decisive victory. Wait, the facility will be destroyed because we were able to evacuate everyone. Can we go back? Facility destroyed if the objective is completed. Facility destroyed if the objective has failed. So one way or the other, the objective doesn't matter. The facility is going to be destroyed either way. So there is no holding on to this facility, unfortunately. Oh, did that reset the decisive victory that I had set? Oh well. A victory is a victory. In the infirmary, we've got 3 patients for Eva. All prisoners. Sal Jin is ready to defect, so maybe we can give him better treatment. We'll take Katrina out and put Sal Jin in. And Katrina can be cared for by Eva. Repair Bay is going to be interesting because we've got mechanics and mech techs involved now. Felice will be our reloader for tanks. Saladin needs armor. We won't have any until tomorrow. We can fix the turret. Where is Doodles? There's Doodles. On 1, sure. And on a 4 for the motive system works for me. We now have 0 armor in our warehouse. The Saladin needs armor. The Pegasus needs ammunition. And it needs the motive system repaired. Where Doodles go? There we are on a 5+. I don't think I want to take that chance. We'll do 120 minutes a pop. Fix it on the first try. Still waiting on the Orion to get the right torso. I don't want Chris to potentially screw that up. But we do have a mission set up for tomorrow, which is command center allied evacuate. Where is our command center? Comm center. Blockade, run, escort. Command center allied evacuate. Okay. Under attack. Under attack by a striker, a vedette, a condor, and a drillson. And this mission is geared for does not say which forces we're supposed to be bringing. Does that mean we can bring anything? Because we're light on recon units right now with Aleutian and Galatea both being down, but Tonga and Mariana are assault lances and they are ready to go. We can send Tonga, I think. Is there any reason we can't just send Tonga? Pitch black, light rain. What are our designated units that we're supposed to evacuate? We've got a lumberjack with a 3-4 pilot. And we've got unknown hostiles, an S-arm carrier, and a stalker. Okay. A 3-5 and a stalker. In addition to a 1-3 and a condor, and a striker, a vedette, and a drillson. Yeah, I'm thinking Tonga Lance. Unless... yeah, I don't see any reason not to bring Tonga Lance. And do we want to bring reinforcements? I don't think we do. I think we're good on reinforcements. I don't want to risk any more infantry or anything like that. Alright, so personnel market, we already got that. Let me just start over here. We've got finding the armor. I remember doing that. New facilities times, or new scenarios times 3. I remember that. We have convinced Sally Jin to defect. The debt has been recovered for 10,000 C-bills in battle loss compensation. Sabaku Kaze 6,000, Saracen 14,000, Pegasus 12,000, Maxim 4,000, Saladin 5,000, Drillson 26,000. And then all of our repairs that we started doing. So I'm thinking once we start getting armor in, we can do the rest of these. The right torso is going to have to wait. We've got a medium laser here that we could get started on. We can have Chris knock that out over today and tomorrow. Got a double heat sink. We can have Susan knock that out over today and tomorrow. The Drillson took some internal damage. Alright, this is... No, we didn't salvage it. This is our Drillson. This is the one that was immobilized, right? Needed a 4, got a 3. Well, that's lame. We'll have Mary Louise try that again and fix it. And the turret on a 5. Nice. We've got some reloading to do. We'll have Felipe do that. SRMs, LRMs, machine guns. Still got motive system and turret lock damage. Doodles does not have enough time to do either of those. Ayana can do the turret lock real quick. The motive system is going to have to be a veteran. Have Lori do that over today and tomorrow. The Orion's waiting for Edeborg. The Warhammer is a work in progress. The Wolfhound, we're putting the brakes on the Wolfhound. That's waiting for Edeborg as well. The Head, no, not on a 6. I'm not gonna risk it. The Marauder still needs its left torso. That's an Edeborg job. Jump jets, we can knock that out with some regular techs. That's going to be George and Inesito, I think. And maybe Shoyab. And how many of those jump jets do we have left? Jump jet, 70-ton, no, 75-ton jump jets. Let's go ahead and get some of those on order. We'll get 6 of those because they're cheap. Okay, so we've got about 10 minutes left in tonight's stream. And that's not really enough time to get into another mission. So I think I'm just going to stall for a little bit while I work out exactly what to do next. Looks like the repair bay is all finished, or at least as finished as it's going to be. Alright, moving on to June 19th. Command Center Allied Evacuate is today. Deploy a force. We have done that. Maintenance on the Warhammer 8ML. Trending upwards, but some of the armor is moving downward to D. Level Long Tom, 20 tons of armor has arrived, so we can start fixing that stuff. SRM ammo has arrived. It looks like 3 tons of SRM ammo and 2 medium lasers. Failed to fix the double heat sink on the Warhammer 8ML. Needed a 4, got a 3. We got the armor on the Marauder. We got armor on the Marauder. Motive system on the Drillson is fixed. Center torso on the Wolfhound is fixed, finally. Left arm on the Wolfhound is going to be a work in progress. Everything else looks like it was successful. Hostile force, that is deployment date of the 21st, so that's in 2 days, and then battle date on the 23rd, correct? Yes, correct. So we've got Tonga Lance, and a Lumberjack, and a sniper, a dual sniper turret. Okay, did not pay attention to that the first time. Against 4 tanks, 5 tanks, and a stalker. Shouldn't be a problem. We've got 2 rerolls. We can... Pitch Black does not sit well with me. I'm gonna reroll Pitch Black. I'm gonna reroll Pitch Black twice. Dusk Dawn. Works for me. Okay. Tonga Lance is gonna be out for a couple of days with this deployment because it's on track 0, which has a 3-day deployment period. We've got 237 points of armor. We can start getting some of these guys out of here. We'll have Doodles knocking out as many of these tank jobs as he can, so that we can have an elite mechanic eventually. Don't want to do knife fighting? Not especially. No, I don't trust Princess to be able to get off the map in a timely manner in the dark. Plain and simple. Edeborg on the Orion or the Marauder? Let's start on the Marauder first. The Orion's gonna wait a little bit. The Vedette we can have Doodles working on. Leonidas? Yeah, we'll have Leonidas do the motive system damage. The Warhammer still needs its double heat sink fixed. We'll have Denise try that on a 5. Shada, no. If we can have a veteran do that. We can have a veteran do that in 420 minutes. Looks like a job for Susan. And then we've got some leg actuators. We'll do ×2, I think, so that we can get those on 4s with my regulars. So that's the Orion, the Wolfhound, and the Marauder, which is a work in progress. We'll have Oliver do that. We'll have Anacito do that. And that. Or try to. Oliver can try that as well. Alright, so all that's left on the Marauder is the left torso. All that's left on the Wolfhound is the head and the arms and the gyro. Actually, we could have one of our... We have Chris putting the arm on a 5. It's not endosteel, so there's really not much reason not to. Yeah, it'll take her a couple of days, but we'll get started on that arm. And then the head... The head, I don't want to risk destroying it because it has sensors and those are expensive. Cockpits are expensive, so I'm going to hold off on that. Edeborg is going to be busy for the next few days. Putting the torso on the Marauder, the torso on the Orion, and the head on the Wolfhound. But that's what you get for being the best tech in the company. In the warehouse, we've got... We've got a fusion engine, 2 hits, 40 ton. We can have we have? We've got B, can start on that on a 4, or Loney. We'll have B do that, should be done tomorrow, and 300 XL engine. That's going to be a ×4 job. That is going to be a job, I think, for Loney. If I'd known how that was going to work out, I would have done it the other way around. I wanted Loney to be available first, but it is what it is, I guess. It'll get done eventually. With that, I think we're just going to start next week by jumping directly into this battle. But for now, I think we're going to go ahead and call it just a few minutes early, and I hope you guys don't mind. But yeah, let me go ahead and save that on the first new day for a while, a couple of weeks. Yeah, I appreciate everyone joining me. Don't forget to like, comment, follow, subscribe. Thank you, Hoser, Varenk. If Gribbly is still here, Mr. McGorilla, yes, thank you for joining me. It's always a pleasure. Yeah, don't forget to like, comment, follow, subscribe, join the community. Link to the Discord is in my profile. Gribbly, to you as well. And we will see you guys next week. Until then, have a very good one.